Now let's begin the conversation. The political dynamic that will shape the 2027 elections is gradually taking shape as politicians continue to lobby for alignments and partnerships. The People's Democratic Party PDP Governors Forum has ruled out any involvement in the ongoing merger speculations nationwide, stating that the party will not participate in any coalition or merger talks. At a meeting in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, chaired by Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, which brought PDP governors together, they reaffirmed hard work for the success of the party with a pledge to make the society better. Okay, Dawson, let's start this way. I mean, why is the People's Democratic Party, PDP, rejecting or ruling out any possible merger? Why?
Well, the PDP is a major party, no doubt about that, with some good number of governors in power and money available to prosecute elections.
Oh, okay.
They can say that. But we know that within them, if not up to half, won't be PDP by 2027 again.
Do you think the PDP can do it alone?
Whether they can do it alone or not is not even the position of so many people who know what is going on within the political scene. It is the fact that most of them, or half of them, will not be in PDP by 2027. Whether by act or by actual movement, they won't be in that party. Because what will happen at the end of the day is that for those who are seeking re-election, they are going to negotiate.
Negotiate with the incumbent?
Well, they are going to negotiate.
Negotiate
with the All Progressives Congress
and
negotiate with the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, directly or indirectly. They are going to do that. So even when they stay in the party, it will be for their own selfish reason. Let me win this re-election for those who are seeking to return to office.
Now, for those who are not seeking re-election?
For those who are not seeking re-election, it will be let me produce my successor or live in peace.
Exactly.
Either of the two.
Okay.
You see, a lot of things happen and politicians also think that all Nigerians are naive or are incapable of reading body language. The way PDP is structured, it can't go anywhere near the presidential ticket. It can't.
All right,
the way it is now.
All right, now, the governors of the PDP, they've taken a position. But the position they've taken, do you think the voice of the governors of the PDP mean the entire voice of the PDP in this regard?
Well, if you look at it, it is even the state governors that really make up the real, when you talk about political party, as in when you are talking about the real nucleus, it's usually the governors. Because they are more or less like the major decision makers. They have made Nigerian political scene have made the governors very important. Now to decide. So because the governors are the ones that are in charge of the local government. The local government people are the governors. The local governments, the governors are the ones that will provide the local government chairman, as well as even councillors. And those are the foot soldiers on election day. Because on election day, the governor will just sit down and then begin to look for Mr. A in one particular ward or one particular street or just like that.
The structure.
That is it. You understand? So if you look at it, they are very, very important. So once the governors say they are not involved in a particular venture, forget it, that venture is dead on arrival.
Okay, now when you say the PDP, they said they are not having no issue of merger talks. Looking at the crisis rocking the PDP, at this time, do you think the PDP still has that political muscle to knock out the incumbent in 2027?
Standing alone.
Standing alone.
It's
without
not,
merging.
it's not possible. You see, sometimes we need to listen to some politicians, even when we feel that they are outdated or they have gone past their relevance. The former president of the Senate, who was also a former governor of Kwara State, yes, Abubakar Bukola Saraki, he said something during the week, and that's quite germane. I'm seeing more than 5 governors on that platform who are already in PDP, who are already in APC. I can see them. They are still claiming to be members of this forum that issued this statement.
You say the governors from the west, the southwest,
anywhere,
or okay, let's just leave it.
We
like
can
that.
mention names. For now, we can just leave it at that. Like Azuko said, there is something about politics in this country, and that is money. The war chest.
Yes.
Can you tell me an individual, apart from maybe somebody like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who has the capacity to fund just his own state for an election in this country without problem, except the governors? It's almost impossible. And that is why it is important to know that, see, when you are looking at who is speaking in Nigerian politics, you are also, apart from looking at where he's standing, you are also looking at his pockets. Who is going to unseat APC without having the war chest? It's almost impossible. Because that is the language of our politics. Money. And it's these governors who control the votes. If 5 or 6 of them are already out of the PDP, and they are ready to trade the presidential tickets for their own survival, then how are they going to win? Don't forget, if both elections, say the presidency and the governorship will hold the same day, it's a different ball game. The presidency comes first. So they will sell that away, negotiate it for their own ambition, which comes 2 weeks after. That's for those who are seeking re-election. For those who are seeking survival after office, who know that they've done so much that it is for them to wait for anti-graft agencies or whether by hook or by crook, they have to sort themselves out somehow. And that is what is happening. That is why it is, for a lot of people in PDP, making sense now to look at where is the coalition that can bail me out. How can I survive in the next election? Any wise incumbent now who is seeking re-election won't leave that party because it's a good tool for negotiation.
All right, Alulu from Argungu. Alulu, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Alulu, are you still with us? Okay. All right, because of the network. But just what I asked. They said they are not joining any merger.
Hello there. How are you, gentlemen?
Okay, Alulu, are you still with us? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
can you hear
let's
me?
talk. Let's talk. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear
Hello.
you. Let's talk. Okay, we apologize. All right, so they said they are not merging. But do you think, even with the crisis, do you think the PDP still has that muscle?
So if you are talking about, despite the crisis, the PDP remains the biggest opposition party in Nigeria. Because if you look at it, they still have the structures. There is no other opposition party that has the structures that PDP has in Nigeria. Even Labour, SDP, or any other one.
NNPP, none of them.
NNPP is just one state.
No states.
If they are
SDP
doing
doesn't
campaigns,
exist
you
anywhere.
just see them going around. But where do you know where their office is in Lagos? You understand? So we'll start from that. Because we are talking about, when we are talking about political parties, we are talking about parties that even the ordinary man on the streets will know. A child should be able to know that there is a party called NNPP. or ABGA or whatever, or AA. It starts like that, a child. You understand? So if you don't have that level, you know, it will be difficult for one to say that, okay, you have something that you put on the table. Because first, as when the PDP will be going and they say they want to do either coalition or whatever, they will be looking at, okay, Mr. Party A or B.
Okay.
What do you have? Bring it.
All right, Asuko, please hold that thought. We have Isa calling from Bauchi. Isa, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
How are you folk?
Isa, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm with you, please.
Okay, let's talk.
Okay, so please, I just called to chip in and give my own side of the advice regarding what you are just saying. Actually, for me, what I'm seeing is I'm calling to our politicians, let them have sincerity of purpose. Actually, in this country, we are heading to a direction that does not have directionless. Look at how killings are disturbing people in Jos and other places, and they are busy looking for next election. We have not gone even if to the half of this duration of this present administration, and they are busy planning for the next election. Please, we are begging or calling on our politicians.
All right, thank you.
Let them have think about.
Thank you. Very, very key.
Yes, the thing is,
you
know, that is the difference between we other Nigerians and then
the politicians.
Because the politician is always looking at the next election. And like every election cycle, or after the election, the next thing a politician is thinking of is another term. And that is after this, after 2 years, by the time it's December, I can bet you by the time it's December of this year, governance, most of them will begin to put governance aside and be thinking of how they will come back.
Have they not done it?
So the thing is, when you are asking a question about the coalition, so the PDP, that is why the governors are saying that they are not even talking about coalition now or merger.
They
and if there is any, they will only welcome. But
if it's an insult for them to say the PDP to come join them, that is
what they are saying.
That is an insult. Yes. They should come join the PDP.
The other parties are the ones who come join. And then when they are coming, they are not changing the name.
Okay, it's still going to retain.
Which is PDP. Because to them, they feel that PDP has the muzzle, it has the name, has the structure, has everything. And don't forget, Dotun said something. The PDP governors, there are 11 of them, they have the money to finance anybody that wants to come. So what we should even be looking at now is, which I feel the governors will also be looking amongst themselves, who is going to be the flag bearer. That is where another problem will come.
Now, let's talk about that part. Looking at what the caller said, looking at the individuals involved in the coalition, is it about the interest of Nigeria and the Nigerian people, or is it the interest of self and individual ambition ahead of 2027? But before that, we have Tony calling in. Tony, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, let's talk.
Well, good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, you know, first of all, I would like to ask if politics or democracy is about light telling. If politics or democracy is about light telling. Me, as far as I know, democracy in the past, the time of the First Republic and Second Republic, and Awolowo and Zik and Co. These people are people of how will I call it, caliber of truth, representative of truth. You understand me? They don't talk with two mouths. Whatever they say, they stand by it. You understand me? And you media men, you have a duty to play. You understand me? The time of politicking Has it come? Has INEC rolled out timetable for 2027 election? That it will encourage people talking about 2027 election. Instead of us to be talking about dividend of democracy that the government has promised Nigeria.
Now, I think it's for us to make the whole conversation straight. We're not talking about campaigns here, all right? We're just talking about issues.
What
they had
the
a
PDP
meeting,
governors
and I
have
think it's
said.
the right of the media to talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, but also talking about the meeting, they also announced the date for the convention. Now, by the constitution of the PDP, do you think they have the right to announce the national convention date? They are a caucus. Are they an organ of the party to announce such a date, even though they are very, very, important, pivotal?
That's the most important organ of the party. Who funds the party?
Oh, that's about who funds the party.
That is what you see.
Well, by party constitution,
we like the ideal. We like the ideal, but we also lack it. We like it, but we lack it. Because the governors own the party. That's where the challenge is. And that's why, like what the last caller said, what we should be talking about now is governance. But I told people about 4-6 months ago that the race for 2027 had started. And you can't run away from it. These are the people who are going to dictate how we run. They own the party. If they didn't own the party, the issue of who should be the national chairman and national secretary and all the rest shouldn't be there by now.
Exactly.
Because it is a very straightforward matter. But whoever they want, they must get. And that's where the challenge is. Where will the national chairman raise money? Who is the member of the party who is paying dues now? It's the governors who are bringing in money. Let me read something to you. What part of what Saraki said? I pray I get this very quickly. Saraki said in that statement, he said, with what is on ground, the possibility of me joining another party, that is going for them, with them for the merger.
Or coalition.
Is completely out. Emphasizing the lack of support from current governors to back that party the way it is. You can't have a party that is dominated by certain individuals and be asking questions. It's not for you. That party is not for you. It's not for me. It's for them. They decide where they want to go.
And they've decided.
They've decided. We are having this convention on so date. Tell me how the national chairman is going to do it. Some people will go to court. They will want to stop it.
So since they've decided, everybody will just have to align with
Everybody will align.
Because they are the ones who bring
They own the party.
Oh dear.
So anybody who disagrees, the usual thing we say to them in Nigeria is go to court. They will go to court. Before you know it, 2027 is here, they've had their way.
Of course.
Because that case is going to drag in the next 2-3 years. Look at the chairman who has been there for now.
The chairman was even there yesterday with them. Yes.
The government.
And he's the one who is supposed to make that pronouncement through the National Publicity Secretary. That's his own job. Run the party, call the meetings, and when they are through, but it was the governor's forum, you had to go and attend their meeting.
All right then.